Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at ADA. Basically within this move what we were looking for is the potential that we are within the C wave to the downside, and what we're looking at here is a potential diagonal shape, but we would be looking for more confirmation of this by forming a 5-wave move off these points here. So there's two ways of looking at it. So we can either look at it as our B starts here off of this triangle, and this is actually an A, B, C, D, E up into this zone here, and this is a triangle, and we have this as a 1, 2, and then we're looking for that third, fourth, and fifth. Or we can treat this slightly different and count this triangle as part of the previous move, and that's actually a fourth and a fifth. And then we have this as a B wave here. So currently what we'd be looking at is the fact that the way I'm counting this is that we've got an extension within this wave one, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, fourth wave triangle and the fifth wave down into these lows, then basically a 1, 2, basically an ABC to the upside here. So now there's a couple of ways of counting these internal moves. It's hard to do this in real time when we're getting an extension because we don't know exactly whether we have, like for instance, this is a 1, 2, and then this is a 1, 2. It's only once we get confirmation by breaking down further. But currently what I'm looking at is the fact that this is a 1, 2 in this position here, and then we have a 1, 2, 3 into this low, fourth, and an extended fifth wave to make up this yellow wave 3 here. So this would then lead me to believe that we have potential now for a basically a fourth wave move here. So the fourth wave move typically should take us into this zone here of between this 28 cent 69 to this 29 cent 46. Though moving back above this area here, this red line of 30.72 would invalidate this additional fourth and fifth wave. So if I put this typical area for this to travel is this wave, this 38.2. Like I said, it's very difficult to do this when we're getting extensions in these moves because it could continue to drop here, and maybe there's something I've missed, and maybe we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, so we're still within this third wave somewhere. But basically what we'd be looking for is a move like this where we are actually forming continuation to the downside in impulsive structure. Due to the slope of this move here, I would say that we are entering within a wave 3 kind of move because of the slope is quite aggressive. So what we'd be looking for is, like I said, if this is the low point here, what we'd be looking for is a move between this 1486, which we've technically touched onto, to all the way up to this 382 would be acceptable. 50% would basically be the max we want to go with that, which would be previous support over here, which is possible. So we have to see how it plays. Depending on where exactly this move moves up to, what we'd then be looking for is the potential to move down towards this box area here of 27.97 to this 27.52. That is the potential within there. So what we would then be looking for, though, is an additional fourth and a fifth wave here. And basically, within this move, it would depend where we exactly fall with this. This green wave 1 or this green wave 3 could be lower if we get further extension. But we could be looking for an additional bounce to the upside, potentially to around about the same zone as that. I'm going to just remeasure it. And if I just delete this fib off of here, we pull this one up to the upside here, move this back down to the downside here. So we'll look at this 382 zone again. If we move into that 382 zone, basically what we'd be looking at is a move. Oh, that's the wrong fib. A move back into this low point here at. So if we move back up, what we would be looking at is another drop to the downside, potentially into this zone here of this 27744. Let me just do this actually. To this 2690 area. And what that would be is basically a completed 5-wave move within that move. So now this is where it becomes important as to where we actually count this from. Because if this does play out and we do move down into this box here, if this move starts from over here, then effectively what we have is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I would be looking for from that point is a potential retracement to the upside. And if this is completed here, what we'd be looking for is a much deeper correction towards this 29.96 area, all the way up to this 31.61. If we go up past this 786, it becomes less likely that we're going to continue down in a further impulsive move, but we just need to watch this because, like I said, there's two ways of counting this. If we don't take the B from here and we rather take the B from this triangle, then what we would actually have is an additional 1, 2, 3. We'd be looking for an additional fourth and a fifth wave. And basically, by completing this move as we have shown here, if I measure this fib from this zone over here, if I can get right on the top of it, let's zoom in a little bit more. Get up there. There we go. Down to this low point. Then what we would be looking for is effectively we would have a potential 1.618. So crossing this 21 27 0.2716 area would make us have a bigger impulsive move here. So we'd have to be careful on this. And the only really way we would know which one of these options is actually playing out is on this retracement. So what we would be looking for if this does play out as we have it marked out here is effectively we would be looking for another retracement to this 382 zone, which would be this 2917 to this 2786 area. Moving back into that zone could indicate further downside and could push us further down. And basically, we will mark this out quickly. So it depends where exactly. If we say we just cross this area, we could look to effectively retest this 2664 to this 2634 area. Now, with all that being said and done, we could also potentially look to retest this trend line. And if we retest this trend line, I would still be on the lookout that we don't have an additional fourth and a fifth wave here as a diagonal, because that's how I'm counting this move. Basically as a wave 1 into these lows, a 2 up to there, and then basically forming an additional zigzag here in this wave 3, looking for which would potentially at a 1-to-1 bring us to this 2346 area. But if we do get this additional fourth and fifth wave, could potentially bring us down even lower towards the 21-22 cent area. So that's just something we need to bear in mind of. If we do progress in this bigger 5-wave move to the downside, we need to just make sure that we don't get an additional rejection when we move up and look for further confirmation by moving down again in another zigzag. Okay, so this is the current moves that I'm tracking. The invalidations for all these moves would basically be, first off, this yellow wave 345 would be moving above this 30 cent 72. Moving back above this 31.87 would invalidate the green structure. And basically moving back above this 32.90 area would invalidate, would mean that we would have to look at this potentially as a completed move into this low here, though really until we move back above this 33.29 we would have to just be a bit cautious with it. So those are the things I'm looking out for. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave us some comments in the comment section down below with coin requests, how you enjoyed the video, if there's anything you want us to change, whatever it is, just let us know down below. Okay, with that said and done, I hope everyone has a great day. Keep safe out there, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.